What is going on over here?
Your kind killed the most holy. Lies. Your kind let her die. Shut your mouth, mage!
Enough!
Knight Captain.
That is not my title. We are not Templars any longer. We are all part of the Inquisition.
And what does that mean exactly?
Back already, Chancellor. Haven't you done enough?
I'm curious, Commander, as to how your Inquisition and its herald will restore order as you've promised.
Of course you are. Back to your duties, all of you.
Okay, well, that was embracing.
Mages and Templars were already at war. Now they're blaming each other for the Divine's death.
Which is why we require a proper authority to guide them back to order.
Who? You? Random clerics who weren't important enough to be at the Conclave?
The Rebel Inquisition and its so-called Herald of Andraste? I think not.
Okay, I am not the Herald, and y'all need to stop saying that.
I don't believe I'm Andraste's herald any more than you do, Chancellor.
That laudable humility won't stop the Inquisition from using the misconception when it suits them.
The Inquisition claims only that we must close the breach or perish.
You say that now, Commander. We shall see if the sentiment remains true.
I hope this trip is worth it.
Well, let's hope we find solutions, and not a cathedral full of chancellors.
The stuff of nightmares.
Mock, if you will. I'm certain the Maker is less amused.
Okay. Oh, Mother Giselle is here. She made her way here. Well, that's good to know.
Find me well within
Researcher Menave wishes to verify that the infections have decreased in number.
Yes.
Thank you for your help. Tell me, are you happy this way, with everything you feel and dream cut away? I no longer talk to dragons. I see. Maker, go with you. Greetings, Herald of Andraste. How fares your quest to seal the breach?
I really wish people would stop saying that. But I will tell you this, I have no idea. I can just go along with it, I guess.
Well, you know how these things go. At least I hope someone does.
You laugh to bring a little light into the darkness. And I'm glad to see it. Too many see laughter as antithetical to the chant of light. They imagine Andraste as a grim warrior all her life, forgetting that she loved and was loved in return. I hope she found time for laughter during her trials, as I hope you do.
Well, yeah, I hope so too. You know that I don't believe in the Maker though, right?
I don't believe in the Maker.
Fair enough. But Andraste lived, and her deeds, however shrouded by myth, have their basis in fact. If you do not believe the chant of light, at least consider it a map of the dangers you might face. In any case, I pray this Inquisition proves less brutal than its predecessor.
Okay, well, I mean, that makes sense. She was a real person. And she went through all that stuff no matter what the reason was. I can see where you're coming from with that. Can I help with anything, though?
Is there anything I can do to help you or your people?
My healers would benefit from more supplies. We have run short of even common goods with so many wounded. If you could deliver this list and the items on it to Quartermaster Thren, she could get us what we need. It
Okay.
may not seem like much, but it would enable my healers to save many lives.
All right, well, I will do that. Thank you.
Farewell.
Until next time.
Okay, well, let's go get that real quick, and we'll do that. Get that out of the way.
I'm used to delivering children and helping all.
I can end any wound caused by blade or a mage's fire.
admit the demons in you, though.
Okay.
Blessed are the righteous, the lights in the shadow, in their blood.
Let's go see what's in here.
The Inquisition cannot remain, Ambassador, if you can't prove it was founded on Justinia's orders.
This is an inopportune time, Marquis. More of the faithful flock here each day. But allow me to introduce you to the brave soul who risked her life to slow the magic of the breach. Mistress Adar, this is Marquis Durelion, one of Divine Justinia's greatest supporters.
And the rightful owner of Haven. House Durelion lent Justinia these lands for pilgrimage. This Inquisition is not a beneficiary of this arrangement.
So wait, I'm confused. You own this land?
This is the first I've heard of Haven having an owner outside the Chantry.
My wife, Lady Machin of Denner, has claimed to Haven by ancient treaty with the monarchs of Ferelden. We were honored to lend its use to Divine Justinia. She was a woman of supreme merit. I will not let an upstart order remain on her holy grounds.
Okay, but the Divine's advisors founded it, and they work through her, so...
Interesting, considering the Inquisition was begun by the left and right hands of the Divine.
I've seen no written records from Sister Liliana or Seeker Penticus that Justinia approved the Inquisition.
If you won't take her at her word, I'm afraid Seeker Pentagast must challenge him to a duel.
What?
It is a matter of honor among the Navarrans. Shall I arrange the bout for tonight?
No. Perhaps my reaction to the Inquisition's presence was somewhat hasty.
We face a dark time, Your Grace. Divine Justinia would not want her passing to divide us. She would, in fact, trust us to forge new alliances to the benefit of all, no matter how strange they might seem.
I'll think on it, Lady Montillier. The Inquisition might stay in the meanwhile.
So, let me get this straight. Does the Marquis own Haven? 'Cause I feel like that's kind of strange to me.
Do the Durelians actually have a claim on this place?
His Grace's position is not so strong as he presents it. Despite their Ferelden relations, the Durelions are Orlesian. If the Marquis wishes to claim Haven, Empress Selene must negotiate with the Ferelden on his behalf. Her current concerns are a bit larger than minor property disputes.
Well, I have to say, Josephine, you handled him very well. Trying to arrange a duel. I don't know if Cassandra would have went along with it, but that was really, really cool.
I'm so pleased the Marquis isn't tossing us out into the cold.
His Grace is only the first of many dignitaries we must contend with.
You expect more people in Haven?
Undoubtedly. And each visitor will spread the story of the Inquisition after they depart. An ambassador should ensure the tale is as complimentary as possible.
Okay. Well, what's your background?
What sort of dealings have you had with nobility?
For some years, I was the royally appointed court ambassador from Antiva to Orlais. The nobility of Thedas is a rather singular sphere. Those I'm not acquainted with, I know through reputation.
How did you become the ambassador, then?
May I ask what brought you to work for the Inquisition?
Sister Liliana approached me. We've been acquainted for quite some time. For better or worse, being the Inquisition's diplomat has become as interesting as she promised.
Well, having you around can't hurt. I mean, that's for sure. The way you handled him was really great.
I'm glad for your help. I have a feeling the Inquisition's going to need it.
I do believe you are correct. Thedas' politics have become agitated as of late. I hope to guide us down smoother paths. But please excuse me. I've much work to do before the day is done.
Okay. What's this? The Children of Andraste. There are many misconceptions regarding Andraste's bloodline, Monsieur. This is due, I should think, to a general lack of knowledge regarding Andraste's mortal life. Understandable, considering the many cults that arose following her death. Everyone sought to claim Our Lady for their own culture, or claim some aspect of her existence was a lie. All of them complete fabrications. My order has done considerable research to ascertain the truth. We all know Andraste and the betrayer raised 5 children. The eldest 3 were sons, Isora, Evrion, and Verald. The rule of what was once southern Tevinter was split among them. Issaroth was given the west, what is today Orlais. Evrion was given the east, what is today the Free Marches. Verald was given the central Planocene, what is today Novara. What became of these men and their legacies is the stuff of legend, and the majority of claimants to Andraste's bloodline link back to one of them. None of the 3 sons, however, were born of Andraste. They were born of the betrayer's concubine, Gillivan. People choose to overlook the fact that Andraste came from the Alamari tribesmen, and that they were barbarians, not the Ferelden's we know today. They were savage warriors who took concubines in addition to their wives, and because Andraste was thought to be too weak to bear children, the betrayer took Gillivan to provide him heirs, which she did. After her death, the sons were raised as Andraste's own. Later in life, Andraste proved predictions wrong and had 2 daughters by the betrayer, Ebris and Vival. I hope I say that right. They were kept out of the public eye and not permitted to marry, though both had consorts. Ebris had but one child, Ali Vamar, who perished on a voyage to Denerim. Less than a month after her mother fell to plague and without children of her own, the younger daughter, Vival, was more controversial. A strong-headed woman who defied her family by falling in love with the mage of Tevinter, Regulon. Vival and Regulon went into self-imposed exile as the Exalted March began, and into hiding following Andraste's betrayal and murder. What became of Vival and her descendants is largely unknown for one primary reason. She had only daughters. Each of those daughters only had daughters. They married into other families and took their names, and in the chaos of the Second Blight, all traces of survivors were lost. Andraste's true bloodline, if it exists, lies solely in the descendants of Vival, and the suspicion of my order is that it produces only daughters. Thus, the claims of your young man, Monsieur, are highly suspect. Interesting. That's very interesting. Who are you?
You're the Herald. Or, well, the one they're calling the Herald, anyway.
Well, thank you for understanding that.
A mage is their hero. It must be easier because you're not human. They already see you as different from those of us who lived in circles. My name is Maeve. I research demons and other creatures. Seeker Pentagast and I use what I find to help the soldiers fight them.
So wait, you're a mage?
You said you were a mage.
No, just an apprentice. Circle mages must prove themselves in a ritual called the Harrowing. I was never very good at magic. I've got just enough talent to be a danger to other people. But when the mages rebelled, people like me had nowhere to go. The Templars would have killed us. Luckily, Seeker Pentagast took me in, along with the Tranquil I was protecting.
Oh. You were protecting the Tranquil?
You said that you were keeping some of the Tranquils safe?
Yes. The mages took some of them when my circle rebelled, but the rest were forgotten. Most circle mages look down on the Tranquil, or try to pretend they don't exist. They don't have any emotions. They can barely take care of themselves, can't defend themselves at all. It's a shame. I like them better than most people.
I feel for them. That's an unusual statement, though.
That's an unusual statement.
They're polite. They don't bother you if they don't need something. When they study, they have a focus no normal person could ever match. But the Templars, even some of the mages, mistreated them just because they could. The Tranquil never fought back. If not for that, I don't know. Doesn't really matter now.
I guess. Why didn't you join the rebels?
I'm surprised that even an apprentice mage wouldn't join the rebellion.
I don't like using magic to fight. I'm not good at it either. I liked studying. I liked performing rituals that helped us unlock the secrets of the Veil. I liked having the Templars around to keep us safe.
Were you raised Dalish by any chance?
Something in your accent. You were raised by the Dalish, weren't you?
Andaran Atishan. The lack of Valisline caused most to miss it. I was a proud member of my clan until my magic manifested. You know what happens when they have too many mages. They gave me a pack and sent me into the woods to find my own life. I was 7 years old.
7? That's terrible. That is just sickening.
That's sickening.
I stumbled into a village, starving and cold a few weeks later. I started using magic to scare predators away. The villagers saw me make fire in my fist. They were terrified and wanted to kill me. Templars saved me from them. They gave me food and clothes and took me to the Circle. I've seen what life is like without the Templars, and I want no part of it. I just want to study.
So you research creatures then?
You say Cassandra has you researching creatures.
Yes. If you find anything interesting in your travels, I'd appreciate you bringing it to me. I may be able to find some weakness our soldiers can exploit when fighting various creatures. At the least, some materials are useful for making potions or gear for the Inquisition.
But why study these creatures?
Why did you decide to research dangerous creatures?
I like the outdoors. The idea of the outdoors, anyway. When some monster is coming at you, glowing eyes and burning claws, it's terrifying. But once you know how it works, you can deal with it. It's just another part of the world. So much of this world is only frightening because we don't understand it.
Oh, that makes sense. Well, I found something for you.
I found something the demons left behind. Can you use it?
Yes, that's very helpful. Just leave it there and the Tranquil and I will examine it.
Okay, I will do that.
That will help.
Anything over here? No. Okay.
All men are the work of our maker.
All right, here we go.
From the lowest slaves to the highest kings, those who bring harm without provocation.
Okay, so what do we have? We have 2 perks. We'll just do this. Okay. Alright, let's see what we have. Aren't we supposed to... We have to do something with the towers, so let's work on the towers first. Yes. Here are the towers. Alright.
All right.
What's over here? The Bog Unicorn. Oh,
Let's see what we have.
interesting. We could always use some coin, that's for sure.
Let's see what we have.
Alright, what's over here? A nobleman's concerns. Your Inquisition says it's for order against chaos, reason, and darkness. If you stand by this, come forth and drive the heretics from my lands. They claim to be refugees, but I have seen elves and apostates among them. Filthy savages, tearing at our roots. Our monarch refuses to send forth armies, and my own knights were decimated at the conclave. I require your aid. Lord Kildarn of Ferelden. We can take advantage of his raving. My spies can harass the refugees into moving somewhere else to win Lord Kildarn's favor. I don't know if I want to do that. Yes, Lord Kildarn, a pariah even among his peers. Let us send a polite refusal and nothing more. I like that idea, Josephine. We'll do that.
Let us begin.
The Inquisition is a hollow prank, a jest to swindle the righteous. The tide of apostates and demons swells on my doorstep as you do nothing. My death will be on your head, and the heads of all the other charlatans of the Inquisition. Well, okay. Oh. Watchtowers are built. Okay, great. The Cairn of Highever. The Tenir of Highever wishes to convey our deepest sympathies on the death of Divine Justinia V. The Most Holy was incomparable in her wisdom and dedication to peace. Sincerely, Taryn Fergus Cuslin. Okay. I knew Taryn Cuslin and I knew Justinia. I can't attend, but I could write to him. Okay. We have a number of Ferelden officers. We could send an honor guard to Highever. I mean, that's an interesting idea. We should send a diplomatic attache and some of the Templars who knew the Divine. Oh, that's a good idea too, though. We're holding a vigil. Okay. Let's... see, I like the idea of the honor guard. We could send an honor guard. You know what? Let's go with Josephine. We'll do that.
At your service.
Okay. What's over here? Since I'll pay... Okay, I got a letter from my editor in Kirkwall. She tells me that Hyde and Hardtown 3, the re-puncheting, appeared in print from an Antivan printer a couple weeks ago. I'll give you a moment to contemplate the horror that is that title. I had my contacts in the Merchants Guild look for the author a couple years back. The best they could find out after spending a couple hundred gold was that Hyrel Balenforth is a pen name. I could have told them that for free. You've got contacts with the Antivan print houses. Maybe you could find out more than the guild. Okay. If this author has evaded the Merchants Guild, the Crows might be a better choice for investigating him. Oh, alright.
Let's see what we have.
Your author friend is truly a mystery. Our search uncovered only a string of foreign accounts. The trail of coin led from Antiva to Tevinter to the Free Marches and Orlais. Someone hid their tracks well, but not well enough. Your writer is in Kirkwall. Ooh, okay. The Inquisition emissaries were a welcome addition to our vigil. As a token of my thanks, I am sending Ferelden arms for your troops. Why, thank you. The Black Emporium. Okay. We will open that up for sure. We won't go there right now, though, because we have other things to do. Let's wait on those. Because we really do need to go to the Red Heart Val Royale, but we're trying to get this stuff done first. Contact with the Velocos. Okay. I heard you were dead, and then a prisoner, and then maybe you fell out of the Fade and landed on your head and forgot who you were. Seriously, stop that. We still haven't been paid. Okay, well. Some of our kith made it out of that giant shithole full of demons after the explosion. The rest are dead or missing. I don't know how many were rounded up by angry humans. If you're not dead and you remember who you are, help me find our brothers and sisters. Oh, well, of course I will. If you forgot who you are, I'll remind you. Your name is Adar. You're Vashoth. You didn't get paid for being blown up. If you are dead, disregard this message. Okay, Liliana says, many Tal-Vashoth were likely captured and imprisoned after the Conclave. Our agents could free them. Okay, what does Cullen say? We can send a patrol to find the scattered Tal-Vashoth mercenaries in the wilderness. Josephine, the nobles are likely keeping Canari from crossing their lands. We can negotiate passage. You know what? I think I like Liliana's. I prefer that.
What we have.
Kato came back looking like she'd crawled out of a dragon's mouth. Some of the others too. Most of them wounded, all of them angry, but alive. Alive is important. They said they were sprung from some noble's dungeon by people in eyeball armor. I assume that's your doing. Thank you. P.S. Good work on not being dead. P.S. We still haven't been paid. Well, I will try to get on that. Investigate the strange chalk markings. Do you know this sign? A triangle, point down, two-way lines through it. A lookout spotted it in chalk. Oh. What about a decoy outpost set up near a trade route and watched carefully? Alright, we can do that. Posts set up along the Imperial Highway, ostensibly the guard trade routes and facilitate procuring supplies for the Inquisition. Eyes on all approaches. The woman pretends for half an hour to know nothing. When it becomes clear the ruse will not work, she kisses an Andrastian locket and says, "Glory to those across the seas." She dies. The locket was poison. To those across the seas. What does that mean? Oh, is this another mount? Okay. Alright. Alright, so we've got all of those done, so now we're ready to go to Val Royale.
Having the Herald address the clerics is not a terrible idea.
You can't be serious.
Mother Giselle isn't wrong. At the moment, the Chantry's only strength is that they are united in opinion.
And we should ignore the danger to the Herald.
Let's ask her.
You're asking me. Well, I'm not sure this is actually gonna help.
I'm more concerned this won't actually solve any problems.
I agree. It just lends credence to the idea that we should care what the Chantry says.
I will go with her. Mother Giselle said she could provide us names. Use them.
But why? This is nothing but a...
What choice do we have, Liliana? Right now, we can't approach anyone for help with the breach. Use what influence we have to call the clerics together. Once they are ready, we will see this through